of Las Vegas. We're here for our Las Vegas Strip live drive on this Saturday night edition. Every edition's a Saturday night edition, but very grateful to all of you guys for coming and hanging out with us. This live will be posted to YouTube after it's complete, so please like and subscribe. We're very grateful to all of you guys for coming to hang out with us on this Saturday night and go cruising with us down the world-famous Las Vegas Strip. We're out here in front of Bootleggers right now. Not to be confused with Bootlicker, but Bootlegger, Italian food gaming bar here in between Windmill and Warm Springs off of Las Vegas Boulevard. 70-plus years of Las Vegas history, historic family and celebrity photos, experience, vintage Vegas. Because, well, that's pretty much gone. Vintage Vegas is bye-bye. Not a whole lot of that left here in Vegas anymore. Not with the $26 bottles of water, that's for sure. And your $12 Starbucks coffees. But we do all things Vegas here on the Vegas Down channel. We're very grateful to all you guys coming and hanging out with us on this Saturday night. Vids from Mike, welcome in, brother. Good to see you. No football today. It's brutal. We have no football on. This is that withdrawal, right? The Super Bowl's next Sunday, and then that's it. For 8 months, right? It's brutal. 8 months without football. Although I guess it's 7, right? 7 for college. The end of August. They tend to start up in August. Tobin is here. Welcome, Tobin. Good to see you, buddy. And please like and subscribe to Tobin Explorers here on YouTube. Does some awesome stuff in the Pacific Northwest, or the PNW. Beautiful scenery there. Cinnamon and I were watching some of his stuff last night. Very, very cool. $3.75 a gallon here at the Chevron. They said gas prices would go up right after the holidays. Is that the case? Right, and we're off. We're getting started on our Las Vegas Strip live drive here on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Rumble, Facebook, and now Instagram. Thank you to all of you for joining us. Very grateful to all of you. Raising Cane's over here next to Chili's and IHOP. All of these located out here on the out parcels here for the South Las Vegas Premium Outlets. It's an indoor mall. I'm not sure how outlet-y it is. In fact, Saks off 5th, which was supposed to be a discount version of Saks Fifth Avenue. They announced they're closing all but like 2 or 3 of their stores or something like that, including the 2 locations that are here in Las Vegas. Saks off 5th. They did some sort of crazy thing with Neiman Marcus and bought needless markup and all that, and it just didn't go well for them. I don't know why in this day and age, but yeah, they're going through a rough time right now. Saks, 5th Avenue. Manor Suites, right there on the right. Rental car return is up this way. If you're visiting, you need to return your rental car. And of course, Denny's. They call it America's Diner. Tahiti Village right here on the right. That's a timeshare property. Again, a lot of folks ask me if it's feasible to try walking from Tahiti Village up to the Las Vegas Strip. I'm going to say no. It's like 2-point-something miles. And if it's July or August especially, yeah, you don't want to try and tackle that. That's pretty brutal. So this is the 215 Beltway interchange here with Las Vegas Boulevard at the just past the south end of the Las Vegas Strip. 215 Beltway, of course, encircles the Las Vegas Valley here. But there is no eastern portion as darkness falls all over the Las Vegas Valley here. So Visitation down, we know that. I think the official number was like 37 or 38 million that visited last year, which was down. And those numbers, I think they said they were worse than COVID, the COVID era. 55 million total came through Las Vegas International Airport, but those extra people,
the level crossing.
Those extra folks that came through, they were here for, they were locals, they said. So that's a difference of what, 17, 18 million people that came through. And they know that they're local, right? When they come through the airport, because they stop everyone as they come off the planes when you get into the terminal, and they ask you, hey, do you live here? And they'll, you say, no, I'm a tourist. And, if you're not, you say, no, I live here. And they're like, okay, cool. And they mark it down in their little book. I'm just kidding. That's not a thing. I'm actually joking about it because how do they know, right? Do they tie driver's licenses to it or something? And they say, this many locals came through the airport. Yeah, sure. Maverick over here, the tour helicopter company. Bucket list experience they build themselves as we now approach the south end of the Las Vegas Strip and the world famous "Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas" sign here in the center median. Please check out Vids from Mike here on YouTube. Sensational sunrise and sunset drone videos right here in Vegas. Very, very cool stuff you don't want to miss. We have some really cool sunsets here. A lot of times there's no clouds in the sky, but when there are clouds, you definitely don't want to miss those. Las Vegas Harley Davidson over here off the right next door to the Pinball Hall of Fame. Eddie Griffin being advertised at Planet Hollywood. Speaking of Planet Hollywood, it was announced that they were no longer going to offer a poker room at Planet Hollywood anymore. Caesars is now collapsing their poker room into their other properties from Planet Hollywood. So that's a thing now. You're not going to be able to play poker, I guess, at Planet Hollywood. You have to go to another Caesars property. Speaking of Caesars, there was a video out this week on YouTube of someone that I guess they started filming right after they were asked to leave Caesars. And so they were sitting at a table playing blackjack. They evidently they were winning. And the casino manager comes over and tells the guy, hey, this is going to be your last hand. And the guy's like, oh, okay. Christopher Brooks, welcome in. And the guy was like, okay. And then he split like 4 nines on that last hand and made, they said he only won like $800 or something. But I'm guessing that nowadays, if you win beyond a certain dollar amount, oh my goodness, in the casinos, they're gonna ask you to leave. And then they trespassed him. So I don't know the full story, but still, the comments in the video, I think the title of the video is a shorts video, and it was like, the comments were like, they don't want you winning. I think the title of the video was like, Caesars doesn't like winners or something like that. I think that's what it was. But yeah, it's, yeah, they trespassed him, and then the security guard comes over and he's like, hey, I'm going to ask you for your passport, but you don't have to give it to me. And he's like, yeah, I know the drill. I'm not going to give it to you. He's like, okay. So the security guard was like real chill about it, but yeah, it's I guess it's a thing. Because they wanted to trespass him and make sure they had him in their little book or whatever, ask for his ID. But yeah, that's wild, right? Again, when you win, if you win in this town, they don't want you in there anymore. Because they probably wouldn't, I mean, if he was up to anything nefarious, they probably would not have let him have the last hand. They would have said, okay, pal, get out of here. Exactly, just like Casino the movie, yes. Yes, only now they're corporate thugs, right? You'll have to go check it out. Try and find it on YouTube. It's a shorts video, so it's under 3 minutes long. But Cinnamon and I saw it, and I was like, wow. I mean, it's bad enough. $26 bottles of water, etc. Yeah, the guitar for the Hard Rock, you can see it from this vantage point right here. It's going to look really nice because you're going to see it the entire way coming up the strip from here. I'm going to get around that water. I don't know what that was. Oh, it's a sprinkler. It looks like it's broken. All right. Nirvana Hotel. They're still closing lanes over here. I don't know if they're still doing the drainage work, but the road itself is in really bad shape, so they need to work on that. 63 of you, welcome in. We do all things Vegas here on the Vegas Don channel, so please like and subscribe. As we pass by the Luxor and its pyramidal splendor. My apologies if I can't keep up with the chat. I'm trying to pay attention to the road and all that stuff. But yeah, the Luxor right there. The casinos do not like winners. So I guess you're never going to win enough to shut down the casino, right? Or bankrupt the casino, because they'll kick you out before then. MGM Grand up here on the right. The A's stadium over here, but they can't use that name, at least not yet. So who knows what they'll name this team coming over from Oakland. Maybe they'll do the Prince thing and just call it the team formerly known as the A's. And they'll have like some sort of funky looking 7 as their logo. New York, New York over there on the left. Go ahead and get around this guy. So we have a hockey game tonight. That's why you see the Popo up there. The Tobin's Seattle Kraken coming into town to play the Golden Knights at 7 p.m. in about 75 minutes from now. The puck will drop. But yeah, so they have the cops out here to help direct folks over towards the arena. Chelsea Handler over here at MGM Grand with the huge lion out front. And David Copperfield Theater. That's tonight. It's January 31st. Final day of January. January feels like it's taken about 75 years to finally get through, huh? Hakkasan, that's a nightclub located inside MGM Grand there. And New York, New York over there on the left. As we cross Tropicana Avenue, major artery here throughout Las Vegas. Pedestrian traffic on the bridge overhead. Not a ton. Camaro right here. There's a billboard truck, so the billboard truck is going to be going very slowly. Yeah, these taxis. They go cutting each other off. Speaking of taxis, are they an endangered species here in Vegas? This week, the city of Las Vegas announced that it wants to work with the Boring Company, Elon Musk's other endeavor, to build tunnels from Resorts World, which is where the current northern edge of the tunnels exists, all the way up to downtown, eventually. They were talking about doing one from Resorts World up to the Arts District, and then they were going to take it from there. And I said eventually they want to do Fremont, of course, and the Government Center, Courthouse, and all that stuff. Fremont East. And so, will they be able to tap into all of that revenue that the taxis and Ubers are getting? Time will tell. The one thing I can tell you that I can, just from experience now, having lived here and reading the news, is when it rains, those tunnels, those boring tunnels, tend to flood. as we cross over Harmon Avenue here in the area known as Center Strip here on the Las Vegas Strip. Saturday night, flashing lights. Paris over here, and the Eiffel, not as busy as we've seen in the past. They're not impeding traffic right now. BattleBots and Donny Osmond being advertised there. So come up here to the light in front of Bellagio. We've got the world famous Bellagio right there, as well as the fountains that are not going right now for some reason. And then you've got Paris and the Eiffel Tower. Someone is talking or singing over here. Oh, we've got Spider-Man. It looks like what's his face? Superman. Spider-Man, Superman, and the guy from Toy Story. What's his name? Oh God, not Woody, but the other one. Lightyear, something, right? Gordon Lightyear? Is that it? I don't remember now. Anyway, so I saw another little skit, not skit, a little short on YouTube. Someone came up to one of those guys this week, and I think it was Jacob. Jacob's Life in Vegas. And I saw that he posted that, and he went up to them, and he's like, "You can't charge me money." And they're like, "No, we're not charging you money." He's like, "Well, how much do you want for a photo?" And it goes round and round, so you can check that out if you want. It was pretty cool, because you get to see the street performers in action, right? There was one guy, in fact, on Damien's channel that Damien interviewed briefly this past week, Tom.Sawyer80. The guy had gone up to two of the showgirls on Fremont Street, and he asked them, I guess, to take a picture. They told him that what they wanted in the form of a tip, and he's like, "No way," and he walked off. And then Damien's like, "Why didn't you take a picture?" It's like, they wanted too much money. And again, they're not supposed to charge. It's all supposed to be free. Little Infinity over here with the exhaust doing all that. Caesar's Palace up here on the left, where Caesar himself welcomes you. Jay Sarno, the guy behind the opening of Caesar's Palace, wanted folks to feel that the place was theirs by having the apostrophe in Julius Caesar's. At least that's the rumor. So we come up here to the light at Flamingo Road. Another major east-west artery here. Cinnamon is here. Welcome, Cinnamon. Please check out my beautiful wife's channel. I'm finally able to look over. Cinnamon and Jupiter. D-Man, welcome in. Or not D-Man, Amanda. Thank you. I gotta get new glasses. Stevie, welcome, buddy. Buzz Lightyear, there it is. I'm like Gordon Lightyear, Gordon Lightfoot. Who? I'm all over the place. Buzz Lightyear, that's right. No, I think it was Iron Man was with Superman and Spider-Man when Jacob did it. But it was pretty funny, because they're like, well, no, we can't charge you. Obi-Wan is here. Welcome, Obi-Wan. Thank you so much for hanging out. Amandita, welcome. You were hidden. Okay. I'm sorry that happened. Can you maybe reach out to them and email them? Maybe they don't realize it. Accidentally. I'm not sure if they're aware. Flamingo over here on the right opened up in 1946. Pinky's Vanderpump. And of course, she's supposed to be taking over the Cromwell there. And there's the guitar-shaped hotel right there in front of us, taking form, taking shape. Here at towards the northern end of the Las Vegas Strip, in front of the Mirage, at least what used to be the Mirage. This is, again, what the Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida, the guitar-shaped hotel in Hollywood, Florida looks like. Originally back there, because I used to live there, this Infinity with its super loud exhaust, oh, by the way, has no tag. What a surprise. They first built a regular looking hotel, and then they built the guitar-shaped hotel. So it's kind of like that here. That footprint has already existed in the form of Mirage, the regular looking hotel, and then they're building the guitar shape. Only they're remodeling and renovating what used to be the Mirage as well at the same time. They've taken out all the glass there, looks like, over the Mirage. Treasure Island right there on the right. So we come up here to Palazzo and Venetian on this Saturday night. Saturday Night Live with you guys here. Thank you for hanging out with us. And please check out my buddy Mike's channel, Vids from Mike. VIDSFROMMIKE. Very cool, sensational sunrise and sunset drone videos here in Vegas. Palazzo. Advertising probably a $5,000 steak or something. But that's what they want. That's what the casinos have said they want. They want the whales. They do not want 10 people spending $2,000 each. They want one person coming and spending $50,000, and that's it. They have said as much. The MGM CEO last year said that they lost control of the narrative, whatever that means. They, I mean, I'm guessing that it means they didn't get out in front of all of the stuff that was being put on social media about, $26 bottles of water and stuff like that. No poker room at Planet Hollywood anymore. And of course, the limit, should you get up that high and win, like a slot machine or whatever, has increased from $1,200 up to $2,000 now, in order for you to receive what's known as a hand pay, and then you have to report it on your taxes. However, you can no longer deduct 100% of your taxes, 100% of your losses, your gambling losses on your taxes. You can only deduct up to 90%. Which is very upsetting to a lot of people. I know Derek Stevens, the owner of the Circa, Golden Gate, and the D, has spoken publicly about the need for Congress to repeal that. Eventually, they'll have the Tesla boring company loops down to the airport. I really don't know how successful that's going to be, because right now they say there's limited service to the airport from, I think, Resorts World only. But again, the taxis and the Ubers, the taxi lobby just about in every state, very, very powerful. And the Sphere, by the way, is over here off to our right. Mike, tell us how was your experience last week there at the Eagles concert at the Sphere? I told everyone that you guys were going to the Eagles concert. He is, Tobin, yes. Absolutely. Hunter Kelly, welcome in. Win and Encore up here on the right. These very high-end luxury properties. The Win and the Encore Fashion Show Mall over here on the left, which is where a lot of live streamers like to start their videos, because that, and TI, because of the free parking that is not present at a lot of other properties south of here. This thing's got a rotating, what is that, pumpkin or something there on the side of it? Not sure what that is. Huh. Mega Mart. Oh, it's like a rolling bar kind of thing. Avocados? What's the deal? Omega Mart. Omega Mart's over at the Area 15. Meow Wolf. So it's like advertising here on the strip for Area 15. Nice, Mike. Right on. Expensive, yeah, I bet. God. Yeah, Hunter, I haven't seen you you know, for a little while. I think the last time I saw you was one of the Sugar live streams. I've seen you on other lives, on other channels, but I haven't seen you over here. I understand life happens and all that, but consistency is key. The mods that we have here, you are probably very familiar with because they're usually here, if they can be, they're usually here for the live streams. So you'll see those names and know that they're fixtures here in the community. As we approach Fontainebleau here on the right and Resorts World over here off to the left. $5 blackjack and craps all day, every day at Palms Casino off the Strip. That's going to be west of the Strip over there on Flamingo. Poe is here. Welcome back, Poe. Thank you for being here. I'm not sure why that is, Hunter. I know that I've heard from people that sometimes they don't get the notification, but I think that's a YouTube thing. See Circus Circus over here on the left. Slots of Fun, which still has coin-operated slots. From what I'm told, I haven't been in there lately. And never leave too much following distance between you and the car in front of you. Elvis Presley Boulevard now crossing. Circus Circus Drive. It'd be really interesting to see. And it's, by the way, the current price to take the Tesla through the loop down to the airport, the current price, yeah, you're just going to wedge your way over, is $12 from Resorts World to the airport. So decidedly cheaper, certainly, than a taxi would be. Because the taxis here operate in zones, and they charge based upon those zones. And from Resorts World, that's going to be like one of the furthest zones from the airport. Christopher, how was your beautiful day in 2026? Fontainebleau over here on the right. It's got its own little LED marquee up there on the top. Christopher, has your phone call with any like major company ever been used for training and quality purposes? I wonder if anyone's call has ever been used for quality and training purposes. The Sahara up here on the right. And also follow us on Instagram, VegasDon4747. We do a lot of Vegas-related content that's not here, over there. So please check us out on Instagram. And Sugar's got a big schedule next week. They finally put up the schedule on the Fremont Street Experience website for next week only. And they're playing 5 nights next week. Sugar is. That's quite a haul. 28 likes. Thank you, Obi-Wan. Yes, please like and subscribe, you guys. Polly Walnuts is here. Welcome, Polly. It really helps out the algorithm when you guys like and subscribe. Yes, indeed, I saw that. I never got to meet him. He was in these chats. He came into the live stream a few times. Raven Lunatic. So, definitely rest in peace, Raven. I was like, wow, I didn't realize you knew about the channel. Cinnamon and I would see him down on Fremont Street doing lives on YouTube and stuff, but I never got the chance to meet him. Yeah, he always seemed like a nice guy. Yeah, definitely. "2026 predictions. My beautiful wife's channel, Cinnamon and Jupiter, coming soon." Absolutely, Stevie. Yeah. He was always really cool on his lives. Just a real salt of the earth kind of guy, you know. Now crossing Sahara, and we have the Bonanza gift shop over here on the left, and then the Strats. So if you're wondering if the days of $3.99 shrimp cocktails will ever come back, the answer is going to be no. All of these casinos have sold the land and buildings in which they operate to Wall Street hedge funds. Consequently, they have two mouths essentially they have to feed every month. Come up here to St. Louis Avenue and the two 50-foot tall showgirls up there. It'll be cool when they do build the Tesla loops up this way. But by the way, the A's, of course, we drove by there earlier. The A's have so it's who is it? It's not Boyd. It's someone else. The parent company that owns it all. They have said that they are now going to build the stadium and a mall only. Originally, they wanted to build a casino as part of the whole thing, the whole complex there. They wanted a stadium, the casino / hotel, and a mall. Now they're saying that they're only going to do the mall and the stadium, and maybe someone else will come along and develop a casino in there. Really interesting development. Yes, Hunter, I'm heading down there right now. We're just going to cruise around first, and we'll end up down there, and we'll do some live streaming tonight. According to the schedule on the website, tonight will bring us Bling, I believe Tony Marquez Band, and then a little Zoe Bowie action for you after 11 p.m. So, Christopher, we got some Bling and Zoe Bowie for you, huh? Christopher, how was your beautiful day in 1841? Stratosphere on the left over here, opened up in 96. Bob Stupak, whose name is all over these streets around here, instrumental in that creation and development. Now entering the Las Vegas Arts District here along Main Street. An area that they are trying to develop and create as a destination for folks, while rapidly charging more and more for your parking. Of course. Let's come up to Wyoming. Someone requested that I do the state streets, and I forgot who it was. Abel Baker Brewery right here. So, by the way, whoa, I didn't mean to do that. It's okay, so now it looks busy. Looks certainly busier than it did last Saturday. The stadium over there on the left. They're opening another location out at Centennial Hills up in the northwest part of town, I read. Abel Baker Brewery. So business must be good, it appears. Coming up here to the light at Imperial Avenue. Today we drove down towards Southeast Henderson, did some videos there. Also did the Simpsons house that was painted as such back in the day. So check out those videos. I'll be posting them hopefully tomorrow. And if you're a member, you get to see them immediately. Shout out to my members. Thank you guys so much. Love having all of you. Oh, I was going to make this left here. And I know many of you have seen this, but for those of you who are silently watching and have never been here before, A, welcome, and B, here's a little bit of Hollywood movie history for you. Right here off of Main Street and in the Las Vegas Arts District. This is where the guys from the movie The Hangover 3 crossed the street, right here on Main Street. And that spot there. Of course, the scenery, the buildings on the other side, look different now, but you can see the Strat back behind them. And yeah, they all walked right across the street here. So come on over here and check out a little Hollywood movie history. Okay, I've got some people over here on my left. Try and get around them. Smoke shop, beer garden over there. And there we go. On the right over there, on the other corner, you got Nevada Brew Works. Thrive, that's a dispensary there. Oh, by the way, your dispensaries on the Strip and on Fremont Street here do not contain THC in their products. So, just a little something, little FYI to be aware of for those of you that are into that sort of thing. But we bring you all things Vegas. Everything that I hear that I think will be important to you, I try to bring to you. California Avenue here. Yeah, so the state streets, I wanted to know which part of the state streets they wanted me to do, because there's state streets over on the east side of town, and then you have these state streets in here around the Arts District as well. Full moon tonight, you guys, as we cross Charleston Boulevard. See what kind of full moon energy we have going on this Saturday night. Full moon vibes down here on Fremont Street. There's the Circa right there in front of us, and you have the English Hotel, of course, where Nicolas Cage, actor, comes and parks right out front, goes inside, and has himself a time. Meet me in Midtown, it says right there on the side of it. Coolidge, and then I was actually on a Coolidge earlier today in Henderson. And there's this dude here. He wanted me to tell you he said hi. Christopher, are you excited to be here tonight? No sugar tonight, but they'll be out tomorrow night. I think they start at 8 tomorrow. But hit the notification bell so that you're aware of all new videos and live streams. It's hard to try and get out there during the week and live stream sugar. You know, having to adult and everything the next day and all that. $6 for 2 hours, $8 for 24 hours on the Deuce here. That'll take you between Fremont Street and the Las Vegas Strip. We have one of them on either side of us here at this intersection. Yes, meow. Spice of Life. I don't know. I think we saw her last weekend. And again, welcome if you're new to the channel. Very grateful to all of you guys for hanging out with us and coming to cruise with us on this Saturday night here in Las Vegas. We do it all. Please like and subscribe. Mexican restaurant, it says here, Lona Maria's Mexican restaurant, tamales, bar, and banquets. I guess its frontage is over there on Las Vegas Boulevard. And please check out Vids from Mike here on YouTube. VIDSFROMMIKE, as well as my buddy Tobin Explorers, up there in the PNW, Pacific Northwest. This is Gass Avenue here, GASS, for our friends following along at home on your preferred map app. We'll go up here to Las Vegas Boulevard, and we will make a left. And I was actually hunting to see if Rick was serving last night at his bar over here, but he wasn't out. Rollin' Smoke Barbecue That's his barbecue place on the first floor. Rick's bar is on the second floor right over here off to our left. Which Rick am I speaking of? That would be Rick Harrison of Pawn Stars fame. Yin is here. Welcome. Please check out Yin's channel as well. Yin Kate. He is in the Bay Area. And that was cool, Yin. You got to meet up with Sal. Brother Sal from Cali Plains and Cali Drives and have a burger. That was cool this week. Yeah, please check out Sal as well. Sal's a really cool dude. So is Yin. So is all you guys are. I mean, I love this community. Cali Plains and Cali Drives. So there is the world famous Pawn Stars. It's actually busy in here. There's a, is that a 300 over there? I think it's a Chrysler 300. I was looking to see. I thought it was a Benz at first, but it's not. This is Pawn Plaza over here, and that's where the Rick's Bar and Rick's Rollin' Smoke Barbecue are. $2 tacos, street tacos, on Taco Tuesdays at Taqueria Katrina. Right here it says there at Pawn Plaza. And then, of course, the aforementioned, world famous now, Pawn Stars. Here in downtown Las Vegas. And again, I know you guys have your choice of any channel here on YouTube. I'm very, very thankful and grateful that you're here with me. It really means a lot to me, you guys. And there is the front of it. Gold and silver pawn shop. People out here in the street taking photos of it. Passing Garces Avenue. Mon Bel-Ami Wedding Chapel. Christopher, are you going to be down on Fremont Street tonight? I really want a picture with you, Christopher. The mysterious, enigmatic Christopher J. Brooks, for whom a drink is named after. Right now, it's just Pepsi with ice, but we know there's a secret ingredient, and we're going to get it out of him one of these days. $7.99 here, after hours pizza for 2 slices of pizza and a soda. However, it's what, 5 blocks south of Fremont Street, so that's a lot of walking. Otherwise, you get 1 slice and a drink at Fremont Pizza Company on Fremont Street for 10 bucks. Not nearly as good of a price or deal. Value, right? That word gets used a lot nowadays. Vananda Lewis is in love with Jeff. How did that happen? Jeff who? All mods rock. Absolutely. All of you guys. Love you guys. Best darn community on YouTube. Right here. Bridger Avenue. The Apache Motel sign right there in the median. As we approach Carson Avenue. Parking lot over there doesn't look very busy. Parking garage looks like the 3rd and 4th floor might be a little bit vacant up there. Just trying to gauge the crowd size down here. Last night looked pretty light in terms of the crowd here on Fremont Street. We have Fremont Street, the east side of the Fremont Street experience, over here off to our left, as well as Neonopolis. Carajillo Mexican Cantina and Bar. Now coming up to Stewart Avenue. And the interstate up there, Interstate 11/US 95, approaching the 15, all backed up, which is almost always the case here in downtown, no matter what day it is. That whole interchange has got, I mean, it's just a mess. It needs to be redesigned. They built it for different times, and those days are long gone. But welcome in again. 114 of you. You have the Mob Museum up there on the right, dressed in purple. I was taking a look around over here off to my left, trying to figure out what these guys are doing. Mob Museum over there, dressed in purple light. Here at 4th Street. Actually, it's actually in between 4th Street. Used to be the U.S. Federal Post Office and the U.S. Federal Courthouse building. Now known as Mob Museum. 3rd Street here. And Casino Center Boulevard. And there's a Tesla dumpster. I mean Cybertruck. Here at Casino Center Boulevard. And again, we will be live streaming probably 3 different bands if the schedule is what it says online. We'll find out together, but we'll be live streaming Bling. That Hyundai looked like he wanted to try and poke out through the red light. Bling, Tony Marquez Band, and Zoe Bowie tonight during our Fremont Street mega stream. Main Street station right here in front of us. Casino Brewery Hotel still claims to have the only buffet remaining here in downtown. Oh, thank you so much, Poe. You're awesome, brother. The Dono train rides again. Thank you so much. You're awesome, Poe. The Dono train on this Saturday night. Right on. Awesome, Poe. Thank you so much. It really helps out with parking and gas, for sure. And maybe a little something to eat while we're down here, too. Because, you know, gotta have something to eat while you're imbibing, right? Now coming up to the west end of the Fremont Street experience. And you can't be on Fremont without a little something to, a little libation, right? Just a little. Make sure it's all worn off by the time you go home. Again, the crowd looks pretty light. Use that 1 hour for every drink that you have rule, right? If you have 2 drinks, 2 hours, you should be good to go. That's what they say. I'm gonna make this left here. Got a pedestrian crossing right now. The Plaza Hotel back here, by the way, they are running a special. It's tied to the year 2026. Whoa, got another one. And it's tied to the year 2026. It's supposed to be like 26, what is it? $26 food credit and $26. You have to check it out. They're doing it. I can't remember all the little details about it, but it was like this 26 themed deal that they're running at the Plaza. So they're definitely trying to drive traffic down here. Not so much at the Strip though, right? You don't want that going on there at the Strip. Yep. And there it is. Still $50 US right here on this Saturday night. $50 to park at Golden Nugget Hotel. Unless you're a guest of the hotel. And this brings us back down here to Bridger. A corn dog. That actually sounds good. That's not a bad idea. Tacos, yeah. Yeah, I have kind of a tradition. I go to Taco Bell on the way home after the live stream, and I bring cinnamon some tacos and a Mexican pizza, because she really likes that from Taco Bell. She really likes those Mexican pizzas. They had them discontinued for a while for some reason, but now they're back, like, I guess as a regular staple on the menu. And this again is Casino Center Boulevard, the downtown Las Vegas Event Center right there on the left where that scaffolding is. That's going to be replaced by a parking lot very shortly. Sometime this year. They plan on taking all of that out. I guess they're just not making enough revenue with it as a concert venue or something. Taco Escobar. Linda's here. Welcome, Linda. Thank you for being here. Love having you guys here. You guys are awesome. 120 of you here. Please like and subscribe, you guys. We do everything Las Vegas. And also, please check out my beautiful wife's channel, Cinnamon and Jupiter. Which does awesome astrology and spirituality videos here on YouTube. Really, really cool stuff. No dedicated turn signal here. Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. The Patriots, they only beat the Chargers because the Chargers were really injured. And then Houston, I mean, CJ Stroud is just erratic at best. And Denver, of course, didn't have its starting quarterback, so on event of the year. And of course, they have all those little parlays and prop bets, right? Proposition bets. If then, that sort of thing. And this is the intersection here with Casino Center Boulevard and Fremont Street in downtown Las Vegas at the Fremont Street Experience. On this Saturday night, approaching 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern here in the U.S. You have Binion's over on the northwest corner, Fremont Casino on the northeast corner, footlong hot dog special, it's set for $8 inside Fremont. Now, Fremont Casino. Fremont has a food hall in there as well. And then Four Queens Casino here on our right, and Golden Nugget on the left. And we'll be walking the Fremont Street Experience with you for a root beer at Fremont Pizza Company inside Fremont Casino, that sign said. Wow, $7 for a soda. Remember when beer was like $5? However many years ago that was, and everyone was like really mad about it, right? Whee! Everyone was really upset about it. Now $5 sounds like a bargain. $7 for a soda? Yikes. And where is he? I hear him. There you go. All right. Is it just one? There was an event today. I sent the article to Cinnamon right before I went live, over off of Washington and Hollywood, I believe, over there, right up against the mountain, Frenchman's Mountain over there. And they had the FBI over there, along with Metro Police. They said there was some sort of biological hazard they were investigating. Like, what are they doing up there on those mountains, huh? So they had, like, all the roads closed over there and stuff. Giuseppe, welcome. Thank you for being here. New bars. Yes, Ian. I thank you. I keep forgetting to mention Hogs and Heifers, which closed its longtime former location, is now inside the plaza as well. So Hogs and Heifers has been a staple here in downtown for years, from what I understand. So I need to go in there and actually take a look around and video the scene in there. This is Fremont East and the Fremont East District, which again becomes really wild after midnight. We have a bride and groom over here on the corner there. So we pass El Cortez over here off to our left, opened up in 1941, 1 month before Pearl Harbor. And then the praying mantis over here at Container Park. I'm not going to be able to catch the light, but his antennae are lit, but they're not snorting right now. Come up here to 8th Street in downtown Las Vegas. Yeah, Bob, I remember that. Yeah. That's right. Okay, and yeah, let's see how it goes, buddy. Yeah, I know you're going to be here for the Super Bowl next weekend. And we have the road closed. Of course we do. It wouldn't be Vegas without the road being closed. There's the Atomic Liquors right there on the right. So I will go to the right here. Golden Goose, it says right there. That's a sign on the left. Pointed more back south now towards the Las Vegas Strip. You can see the Strat up there in the distance. And we'll make this left. Oh God, this road's under Carson here. Carson's under construction too. It just never ends. They gotta use up the money, guys. If they don't use up the money they have, that they got from the state and the federal governments to do road stuff and whatever, then they don't get as much next year. That's how it works. And the rest of us, we all have to suffer. Maryland Parkway here at Carson. Looks like they're putting in a new bus stop over there. As long as it's aesthetically pleasing, right? That's what we want to see. Yeah, at Atomic. So Atomic Liquors, they believe it or not, used to hang out there on the second floor and watch the boom boom stuff out there in the desert back in the day. And they still have those craters out there, from what I'm told, out in the middle of the desert when they were doing all that testing. If you can believe that. That's absolutely nuts. This is 13th here, but these are the northbound lanes for Maryland Parkway here through downtown. Make this left here. Looks like the road's open again up here. Back up to Fremont. Dip. They actually have the sign here indicating there's a dip. Usually you don't get a sign. .5-mile-an-hour speed limit in here. So I can't show you the big Rig Jig tonight because that's closed. The roadway's closed over there. I'm sure those little businesses in there are loving that, huh? Okay. 7-Eleven over there, $3.39 a gallon. 162 7-Elevens here in the greater Las Vegas area. More than any other metro in the country. Nevada was also ranked one of the least healthy states in the country in some survey they did this week. Least healthy states. Now, I don't know if that's because of the food that's being offered or just the eating habits of the folks. I don't know how they arrive at these things, but I know Mississippi and like Louisiana are almost always tops on that list. They flip-flop all the time. Whoa, what was that? I don't know if you guys heard that. It sounded like a pew-pew. New home sales dropped in 2025 sharply. That's what they're saying. That's the word they use, sharply. But Amadita, you have a channel, right? So please drop your link for us. I believe you have a channel. I want to make sure you are able to help promote it. So that's what we do here. We are all stronger together, you guys. I firmly believe in that. $3.99. Wow. In California. Wow. Well, it's Costco, but yeah. Wow. That's good. I don't know if you guys can see. It's been hazy all day, and you can look at the street lights here. This haze still saturates the air here. The winds, they haven't really been any winds to speak of today, but it's an omnipresent thing here in the valley almost all year round. Go up here as we come up to Eastern Avenue. Eastern's another major north-south artery here in Las Vegas. That'll carry all the way from one end of the valley to the other as we make a right here into this triangular intersection here between Fremont Charleston, and Eastern. And there she is. $3.05 a gallon, by the way, here at this Arco. The Blue Angel Motel. And the Blue Angel Motel sign used to stand in front of 21st and Fremont Street over here back to our left, starting in 1957. And they brought her back and restored her and placed her right here at this intersection with Fremont, kind of here at the entrance to Fremont Street, if you will, at Charleston Boulevard. Pretty cool stuff. Pepe's Tacos over there across the way. Said to have the best tacos in Vegas. Chico State is here. Welcome, Chico. All the way from Hawaii. Right on. I love learning where you guys are from. I think that's so cool. The world is a much smaller place here on YouTube, huh? On the internet, for sure. All right, we're gonna come back out here to Eastern. Raising Cane's does not look very busy over there. I see like 3 cars. Yikes. It's a good-looking building. I mean, they did it up, but when they built it, but I don't know if it's going to get the kind of business they're expecting at that location here on Eastern and Fremont. Christopher, what did you do today? Did you engineer some things? Christopher is a 27-year-old engineer here in Vegas. But we don't know what kind of engineer. I never saw what type of engineer you are. I haven't, Bob. Yeah, I've heard about him, but I haven't seen him. I need to take a video with one. That would be cool. Fremont Street in the Fremont East District, and then the Fremont East District, which, yeah, that's where we are now. There is that Raising Cane's I mentioned, right there on the corner. Desert Hills and Desert Moon Motel, which Tobin posted a comment about this week, talking about the history behind the Desert Moon Motel. I believe that's what it was. But yeah, this part of Fremont, you do not want to be walking down, in my humble opinion. Taco truck right there on the right. Looks like there used to be a U-Haul in there. Old U-Haul looking sign up there. The intersection here at Bruce Street and Fremont. Yes, you're right, Giuseppe, and thank you for that. Because I read a quote, and I mentioned this during one of the videos earlier today, too. I read a quote this way. I forget who said it. I saw someone else said it. They said, every driver on the road is prone to whatever the worst driver on the road at the same time does. We're all subject to the whims of the worst driver on the road around us. And that's true. The weakest link in the chain will definitely cause problems on the roads, that's for sure. And we see that time and again. That's why we're all paying so much crazy money for auto insurance, right? It's insane. It's never gone down. When you turn 25, it'll go down. Nope. 35, it'll go down. Nope. It just doesn't go down. 25-mile-an-hour speed limit in here as we approach the Fremont East District. And again, they've got the road closed up here. Crossing 13th Street. Lucky Motel. How lucky do you get at Lucky Motel, huh? Special event ahead, it says. Okay, so maybe it's not a pipe burst or something. Maybe it looks like it ended, actually, because now the barricades are gone. They cleared them out. And again, the folks over here at Ferguson's have got to be happy about that. And there it is, guys. The big Rig Jig. They took two different oil tankers and welded them together. First debuted out at Burning Man, I believe, right, Tobin? And then they brought it down here outside Ferguson's motel, which is now a collection of boutique shops and restaurants and things like that. But definitely a very cool photo op. And please follow us on Instagram, VegasDon4747. Do a lot of Vegas related stuff that's not on here. Oh, easy with that barricade, buddy. And there's Atomic Liquors right there on the left. Western Hotel, where the light flickers and it says "We Hot." I love that. That's pretty cool. Downtowner Motel. Who was it? Somebody last week was down. I think it was during the Sugar Live. They were telling me they stayed at the Downtowner. I think they were from the UK, and they said they stayed at the Downtowner. They're like, yeah, I probably won't stay there again. I'm like, oh. It's cool to meet people down here, especially when they're from all over the planet. Of course, Visitation being down now. It was 38.5 million, that's what it was, that they said visited Las Vegas. 55 million that passed through the airport. And they say, you know what they got going on up there. There's a whole bunch of e-bikes and stuff sitting up there. It's just... oh, these guys got a bunch of cowboy hats on over here. We have an Impala over here on the left, too. They got everybody out here tonight. Make this right here. And we'll go up to Ogden. And guys, I'll end the stream and then park, quick bio break, and then I'll be right back online live in about 15 minutes. So I hope all of you are able to come rejoin me at that time. I'm so grateful for all of you hanging out with me and coming cruising with me on this Saturday night. Poe, thank you so much for the super chat. Initiating the Dono train. Thank you so much, my friend. Huge shout out to my mods. And I will see you again very, very shortly. As always, remember here on the Vegas Don channel, it's the journey, where what happens in Vegas stays right here on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. We'll hope to see you in about 15 minutes, you guys.